Oh, hi.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Oh, good evening. So, can
Yeah.
you hear me, John?
Yes, of course.
Okay. All
Mm.
right. I'm having troubles with my microphone all day.
Oh,
So,
you should ask to your manager to change.
oh, well, if only I had the time.
uh.
Yeah, maybe after this class. Fortunately, I
uh,
have the time to. After this class, I have time.
oh, Blake,
So
but I
maybe
have a
I'll.
question. Are you a full-time
Hmm.
worker in here? In there? Are you a
No, I'm
full-time
sorry.
worker? Are you a full-time worker in there?
Yeah, I am a full-time worker actually.
Actually, because I some of the teacher in there are some part-time worker in the
Well, yeah.
afternoon or in the morning only. But
Yeah.
are you just work as a full-time worker teacher?
Mm, yeah, just a full-time
Oh.
teacher because it pays more.
Of course, in reality. What time
Yeah.
do you usually start in the class? What time do you usually start in your first
Mm.
class?
Well, usually,
Uh-huh.
um, because sometimes I have classes
Mm.
around 3 o'clock, 3
In the
o'clock there.
after
Yeah,
only afternoon.
yeah, only in the afternoon till
Mm.
night. So,
No.
um, I have class 3 o'clock
Mm.
in the afternoon.
Mm.
3 o'clock there, 2 p.m. here. Okay,
Oh, yes,
so
yes, yes.
yeah, and usually I don't. So usually my the usual time
Mm.
that I have my class is around 3:30.
3:30.
Yeah,
Mm.
3:30.
Mm.
So straight on, straight on, straight on.
Oh, but
Hmm.
in the morning and then in the about lunchtime, you can have a time with your family, right? In the morning
Uh,
and then lunch.
yeah, I have time with my. Well, of course, I get to sleep around 2:30, 3, something like
Ah,
that.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
of
yes.
course, but I need to correct some of my students' homework first,
Ah,
and I also need to prepare for tomorrow. What will I do?
mm,
What will I wear?
mm. And then maybe you cannot, so that you cannot usually wake up in the early in the morning because you
Yeah, that's right.
usually slept or very late night, maybe
Yeah.
1 or 2 a.m. in the a.m. in the late
Mm.
night. Mm.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So usually I wake up around 10, 11.
10, 11.
Yeah.
I think that's not bad. Quite good
Yeah.
because you just sleep on 1 or 2 a.m. So you
Mm.
could sleep 8 or 9 hours a day.
Yeah. I have to. I really have to because the time that I slept around
Uh,
the time that I slept for just only 5 hours. Yeah,
mm,
5 hours. It's really hard, especially at this time of night now, at
mm,
this schedule.
mm.
Um, it's really hard because I almost fell asleep in class before. My student was explaining to me, and I was doing like that.
You woke up
Yeah.
because of me.
Yeah. Well, hey, there's other good thing my student didn't notice that, and he
Mm,
keeps on talking and talking and talking.
mm.
But then I only realized, oh shucks,
Ah, yes,
I'm asleep.
yes,
I
yes,
need to
yes.
wake up. So yeah.
Actually, I understood your case because actually maybe 3 or 4 years ago I was also taught my some of my kids, some of my students because I as
Mhm.
a work as a part-time teacher in to
Mhm.
mathematics teachers at the time. I also finished my work late 11 p.m. like that
Mhm.
because at the time though there's offline work should cannot finish their our work after midnight. So we have to finish. Our last time is finish in 11 p.m. So
Yeah,
when I
11
come
p.m.
here and then after wash my wash after wash and then take a shower. Usually I can sleep 1 or 2 a.m. like such as you, and then it was very very hard. I can understand. And
Mm.
then kids are also very almost fall asleep, and
Ah.
they also use their attention, and then they don't want to study like that. So, or
Oh.
usually in my last class was very very hard to keep on study.
Yeah, well, speaking of kids,
Mm,
teaching kids,
mm.
my experience about teaching kids under under 10 or
Under
no,
10. Wow.
let's say under no, not under 10 because under 10 I still can manage it.
Uh,
Under 8.
Under 8? They are
Yeah,
not
under 8
even
years old.
go to the how elementary school usually. Elementary school
Yeah.
or kindergarten school like that. Wow, it's
Well, I have taught.
yeah, it's very hard to
Well,
conversation, make
um
a conversation.
yeah, that's right because for example, wait, I'm gonna open up your textbook first. So, oh wait, where is that? There. Okay, for example, the student, I'm the student, okay, and you're the teacher,
Mm,
and you're talking to me, right? Try
yes,
talking to me. Try talking to me.
yes.
Yeah, try talking to me. Come on. So this is what they're doing.
Ah,
So when you're
yes.
talking to me, right?
Mm.
And ah, okay. Yes, teacher.
They
Yes,
usually draw a
teacher.
picture, express their
Yeah.
opinion like that.
Yeah. Yes, teacher.
Mm,
And when I ask them a question,
mm,
so from relating to our topic,
mm,
what if like this and like that,
mm,
and what if like this and like that,
mm.
and they were like, oh, yes, teacher. Okay, stop drawing. Listen to me. Yeah, but it's really quite rewarding when you teach children because
Yes, it's
even
very
though they're
hard.
hard to, even though that they are hard to teach,
Yes.
uh, when they learn something from you,
Mm.
it's actually really inspiring.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, because you are also one of the reasons
Mm,
why the child's future
mm.
is good. All
Ah,
right,
yes, yes.
you're adding a chance for the child to have a better future. And when you think about
Yes.
that, it's really enlightening to the feeling, right?
Yeah, so it is very big responsibility that I should
Mhm.
teach them well, and then they have to follow well uh, to to be a good people, and then to go
Mm.
to follow their dream or follow
Yes.
their goal like that. It is very actually just as a teacher, just teacher
Mhm.
is very difficult. I think
Yeah.
any kind of teacher
That's
is
right.
very
That's
difficult.
right. It's really kind of difficult. Well,
Yeah.
anyways, um, let's start with our lesson now, okay?
Yes. Yes.
With
Yes.
our textbook. So,
Yes. Yes.
what do you want to talk about today? Job,
Uh,
diamonds.
how about internet and mass media?
Oh, okay. Internet and mass media.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Oh, this is okay, okay.
Clubs. Okay. All right. Now, have you have you ever made your friends over the internet?
Oh, but actually, just made a friend by internet. I don't have any experience, but I have experience who met in the Philippines. But and
Mhm.
I also I have connected with the internet. I have a
Mhm.
lot of friends in the Cebu, and then
Mhm.
until now I text them by face message, and then I also got message from the Facebook like that.
Okay.
It's
Well, it's good that you still keep on touch with your friends in
yes,
Cebu.
yes, yes. So I
Yeah.
can know their life and their activity in
How they're
their
doing.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, what they're doing, and then I can sometimes text the message by Facebook message. So it
Yeah.
is very interesting, and that is quite good.
Yeah, also right. And you
Mm.
can say that, hey, how are you in Cebu?
Yes,
I'm a
yes, yes.
doctor here now. So
I really hope so.
well, yes. Hey, I'm a doctor here now. So how are
uh,
you there in Cebu?
One of my friends always says, "Come back to Cebu." Always like that because
uh,
in the
well,
he's my classmates in there. He was my
mhm.
classmate, and then actually at the time I saw him in the school, but he stopped studying because he want to be a pilot. So he is a pilot now. So he said
Oh,
he doesn't want to go back to school anymore because the department was the marketing department. So he doesn't have any relationship between marketing and the pilot, and then not much interest in there. So he just choose his dream job.
oh, I see. Okay. Also, it pays well to be a pilot, right?
Yes, yes. But I think
Right.
his job is very great because pilot is
Hmm.
very, I think, a special job because it's not a
Yeah.
normal case. So it is very special. And then he really like the airplane, and then he is a
Mm.
private pilot right now. Private pilot right now.
Oh, I see. A private pilot?
What
Cool.
which mean is there are two pilots, army
Uh huh.
pilot in army.
Oh, okay. All
Yes, yes,
right.
yes. But he's not in army, so he is just
uh,
private pilot.
yeah. All right. Private pilot, like in airlines, something like that, right?
Yes, yes, yes. That's
Mm,
what I mean.
okay. Whew. All right. You know what? For what I hear about pilots,
Mm.
they actually have a big salary.
Ah,
Yes, from
I
what I
I
hear.
didn't ask about how much
Yeah,
salary he
you know
usually
what?
earn.
Actually, yeah. You know what? Actually, I have read an article about that.
Uh,
It's just it caught my attention
mm.
because why is it expensive to become a pilot? Something like that. I read that article.
Become a
Yes.
pilot is expensive.
Yeah. Being
Oh,
why is it why is it so
expensive
expensive
to be
to
a
be
pilot.
a pilot? Something
Oh,
like that. Because of course you're the school, um, the tuition fees, of course, the
ah,
training fees, something like that.
yes.
You have to pay for that, and
Mm.
it cost around 1.2. No, 1.2. Yeah, more or less 1 million pesos. And
Oh,
I think you already are aware of how big is one
yes,
million
yes. It's
pesos is in the
very
Philippines,
expensive
right?
compared to your life costs. So
Yeah.
yes, yes,
See,
yes, yes, yes. Wow.
um, they said that because it's expensive
Mm,
to be a pilot,
mm,
but
mm.
being a pilot is also having an expensive life
Ah,
because
yes, yes.
you are paid big money.
Yes,
You
yes,
are paid big money.
yes, yes.
So yeah, you are paid big money. Sometimes you only work 6 months a year.
Mm.
So
6 months a year only.
yeah, that's what I
Wow,
read. That's what I read.
wow.
Yeah, so 6 months a year, being a pilot, big money. Of course, you're living the happy life.
Oh, it can be. Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So yeah,
It can be a good job. But
yeah.
I'm not sure how big money he can earn, and he can earn, and then I'm not sure. Oh, actually, but I also heard that
Hmm.
he was also invest a lot of money in there, but I don't know how much it is. But he said it is a
Mm.
little bit it is expensive, but I didn't ask how much it is.
Ah, see,
So he
don't
can.
maybe don't ask it because usually when you ask it,
Yes,
it's
yes,
really stressful when they have to
yes,
think about
yes,
it.
yes,
Oh,
yes, yes,
yeah.
yes.
Well, it's yeah, they're living a good life. Well,
Yes, yes.
actually, at least he's living
But
his
he enjoy
dream.
his job to be a
Hmm.
being a pilot. He always enjoy a lot
Yeah.
flying, and then he says just the view in the sky is always good.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So that's the one of the
um.
reason why he chose that kind of job. Just view in the
Mm,
sky, or while not driving a pilot, driving a airplane. I'm not sure.
yeah. R-
Driving,
Flying an airplane.
flying an airplane
Yeah,
is,
flying an airplane.
yes, he felt
Like
always good.
in boat. If it's in boat sailing,
Both
a
sailing.
boat. Yeah.
Mm,
Car driving. All right.
yes, yes.
So, anyways, being a doctor is also a cool job.
Ah, of course.
Yeah.
That's my one of my goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Expensive to be a doctor.
Ah, of course, very very expensive in here too.
Yeah,
Very very
expensive to be
expensive.
a doctor,
Mm.
but the reward is much more fulfilling,
But
right?
actually, but after to be a doctor, it doesn't have a lot of time to enjoy because we have to always
Yeah.
in the hospital and see always doctor, see always patients, and then maybe my
Well,
work
at
is
least.
just with my brain, so it's sometimes very
Mm,
stressful like that. But I can
yeah.
handle if I can to be a doctor.
Well, you can actually enjoy it
Hmm.
when you retire, right?
But that's at least about 50 or 40 years later.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
too
at least
long.
Well, hey, at least when you think about it, at
Uh,
least when you are done with being a doctor,
mm.
right, you are financially stable throughout your life now, right?
But actually, I cannot uh, agree with you because
Mhm.
some people says if you invest present
Mhm.
to for future, it can be sometimes poor, sad because you cannot live the present now right now for the for
Mm.
for save. Some many people want to save the present for the future, but
Mhm.
actually someone who cannot enjoy the present, they also cannot enjoy the future.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Well, yeah, you
it's
have a
very
point there.
difficult to say in
Yeah,
philosophical
you
things.
have a point there.
Yes, but actually, but to be a doctor,
Mhm.
and then even though I cannot have a lot of enough time, but I can
Mhm.
enjoy maybe.
Yeah, you enjoy meeting a lot of people, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
Also meeting a lot of friends,
yes, yes,
right?
yes. That's
Yeah, think positive, like
yes,
me. Like me.
yes,
Like
yes.
me. I meet a lot of people,
Uh,
see, I meet a lot of friends, something like that.
yes, yes.
I talk a lot of people.
I really like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Well, what is the use of the internet you can suggest to us?
Actually, there are a lot of
Mhm.
activities in the internet. I think almost everything can be possible in the internet. And
Mhm.
then the most important thing is we can get information. But information is not the word. Sometimes it can be a video or music or news. All of the
Mhm.
things we can get through the internet. Actually, maybe if you don't have internet, I cannot see you.
That's right.
Yes, it's one kind of also information,
Yeah.
education, all of the things that are possible. And then time is nowadays time is not important because we cannot meet each other even though time is different. If I
Mhm.
want to see the American, I can also see him by using the internet, even though time
Mhm.
there is a lot of time gap here, there, but it's not that important. So, internet, it can be very good information source in there.
A good source for information, right?
Yes, yes.
Right, right, right. Imagine having a class without an internet.
It's almost impossible nowadays, I think. But
Yeah, of course.
maybe you and my generation in the high school, it was
Mhm.
possible without internet because we usually
Yeah.
reading a textbook and using a chalk
Mhm.
in the
Yeah, that's
board
right. That's
and memorize
right.
these, memory these like that. We
Yeah,
always
and
copying that.
yeah, of course, and also if you don't have any time to
Mm,
get those information,
mm,
right?
mm,
When you're, for example, when you're rushing,
mm.
oh my gosh, I don't know what's the answer of this, and the teacher is almost near.
Yes, yes.
One information is also asking,
Yes, yes, yes. It's
right?
very
Like
quite useful.
asking your classmate, like, "Hey, what is the answer number two? Repeat it."
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, like that.
Yes.
Well, don't. I'm not. I didn't actually. Yeah. Well, okay. I did that before.
You don't have to explain.
I did that before. Okay. Well, all right. Uh. Well, source of information. But
Mhm,
do you think the internet is much more than
mhm.
information?
Much more, I think, nowadays
Yeah.
because do you know? Have you ever heard of Bitcoin?
Oh yeah, of course.
Actually, nowadays it's very, very big, powerful, very strong
Yeah.
wind in Korea. Actually, because
Oh,
many
I
people
see.
want to invest some money to in the Bitcoin because do you know the first industrialization generation?
Mhm.
First wave, it is kind of IoT, so it is linked everything in the internet, so we can control my home in by using my
Mhm.
phone. So Bitcoin is one of the very important big skills because it can be a very good it can be there is a lot of discussion in here and then dispute in here, but some people
Mhm.
is says that it is very good uh, good one that we can use. It is, but until now it's not perfect.
Yeah, it is not perfect, and it's still a risk actually.
Yes, very risk, but high
Yeah,
risk and high possibility.
hi, yeah, big risk, big risk, big reward, right?
Yes, yes, yes. So many
Mm,
people. Actually, I heard that in Korea we have 10% increase than world average.
hmm.
World average we have ten
Yeah.
percent increase more. So in this
Um,
bubble, I
have
think.
you? Yeah. uh, Speaking of Bitcoin, are you interested in investing?
Actually, until now, I think it's very unstable. But some people says that's the reason why we invest money. If it is stable, nobody
Mm-hmm.
can earn a lot of money in there because unstable
Mm,
means it has a lot of chance in there. It's the same together.
yeah,
But
that's
actually, I wanna. I'm not a. I don't have a big mind, so
right. You don't have
I'm
a
a
tough
tough mind.
mind.
Yes, yes, that's the
Yeah.
reason. And then second one is I don't have like that much money to invest
Mm.
to the Bitcoin, but that's the reason
Uh,
I want to be just stable.
yeah. Well, I was planning before
mm,
to invest in Bitcoin,
mm.
but um, I'm having second thoughts.
Uh, about Bitcoin.
Yeah, because what if what if the Bitcoin industry suddenly collapsed,
Yes,
right?
yes, that's the problem because we
Right.
cannot calculate its own value because
Yeah, that's right.
it can be increased and it can be decreased. But
Hmm.
people said the scholar says the coin or money or currency should have its own value, but Bitcoin does not have any value by itself.
That's right. That's
Yes,
right.
yes.
Well, also one threat there is, of course, when they completely crashed, Bitcoin already crashed, right? Completely crashed,
Mm.
and you still invested and you still have your money invested there.
Yes, yes, yes.
Um, you can't actually get it.
Yes, yes, that's the problem.
Yeah, you can't get it back,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Unlike in others, like for example, in a bank, if you're going to invest in a bank
Yes.
or in an organization or in a
Mm.
company, if
Mm.
the organization crashed, you
Mm.
still have a chance to get it. You have
Yeah.
a bigger chance to get your share
Mm.
back. But in Bitcoin, if it crashed,
We don't have
you're done.
any. We don't have any solution.
Yeah, you don't have any source to get it.
Yes,
Right.
yes, that's the problem. But until now, many people just want to the rich people. That's the really
Yeah.
maybe it's kind of lottery in the cyber lottery
Mm,
in here. I think
that's
so.
right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there are some teachers here
Mm.
who already invested in Bitcoin,
Oh.
and they are telling us to they are telling some of our teachers to come on invest, try it, but
Yes. I
we're scared. I'm scared.
But
I'm
some
scared
people,
to.
actually, they also just get a lot of money from there, maybe in the initial investor,
Mm.
maybe
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
some months before, some months ago,
Mm-hmm.
when they start as initial invest, they said they earned a lot of money, but nowadays it's already too much increase in bubble and then too
Mm.
much
That's right.
unstable, and then actually in Korea, Korean government says they sometimes they insist that they have to stop the trading company because they will block the trading company and which
Mm-hmm.
can so they insist that they should stop trading because it is kind of too booming, and then some people can what you said, it can if it collapsed, too many people will harmed and then they will lose their money in
Yeah, of
through the
course.
Bitcoin in there. So it is.
Yeah.
I'm not sure because I'm not the scholar and then I'm not the professor in here. But what
Mm-hmm.
I think is, it's. I think that the how can I say the skill or ability or power is good, but if too much people want to interest in here and they invest too
Yeah.
much money in here, it can be dangerous, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Also, the more higher you stack your money in,
Mm.
the more okay. There is there is a saying that the bigger they are,
Mm.
the harder they fall. right? So
Yes,
as
yes.
big as it gets, of
Mm.
course, the fall will be much more greater.
Yes, yes. If
So
the mountain is high, the
mhm.
valley is deep.
Yeah, right, right. And when it crashes, oh my gosh, you crash really, really hard.
And then
So,
the investor should always focus on the graph. It is increasing or decreasing, like a stock,
yeah,
right?
that's
If
right,
we
that's right.
invest the stock, we always
Hmm.
see the graph is it increasing, decreasing. We cannot do our normal life like that.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's right, that's right.
Yes.
Well, also,
Mm.
relating to internet again, are you familiar with the deep web?
Oh,
Deep web.
deep web.
Yeah,
Can you type
deep web.
what's the meaning of that?
Ah, I see. Well, from what you're seeing,
Mm.
Google,
Mm.
Yahoo,
Mm.
um, uh, those kinds of stuff, right? Like the news, anything
Mm.
like that.
Mm.
The deepest that I think, the deepest that the normal browser can see right now is, for example, porn. Okay, that is the only as deep as it gets, right? It's
Uh,
that's
uh,
okay.
I cannot understand.
Normal browsing,
Uh,
normal browsing, of
mm.
course,
Mm.
can only reach to some parts, right?
Yes,
But
yes, yes.
right, it has a limit.
Uh.
So, are you curious of what's beyond that limit of the
Ah.
internet, right? So,
Yes,
in the
yes.
internet,
Mm.
on normal internets, of course, you can buy extra food, you can buy
Mm.
groceries, you can
Mm.
buy online
Mm.
stuff, and the only deepest part of the normal internet right now is, like I said a while ago, porn, because it's really hard to sometimes, it's really hard to get there, right?
Mm.
You must be 18 years old. You must be doing something
Mm.
like this,
You
right?
mean
Like
the
that.
limitation
Yeah, right,
which cannot people cannot touch in there?
right, right.
Ah.
But
Ah.
there are also others that people, that ordinary browsers cannot get into.
Mm.
And this is what we
Ah.
call the deep web.
Ah.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Well, I'm gonna show you an illustration.
Uh,
Uh, I'm gonna show you an illustration of what the deep web is. So, this is what we call the surface of your web. The deep web and also the dark web.
you mean like very secretary web like that?
Yes, it is um, only a couple of people have access to it.
Yes, yes. Limitation for the accepts the page.
Yeah, so something like that. See?
Oh.
So, surface of the web. Like for example, yeah, like what I said ago,
Ah.
Google,
Yes, yes.
Wikipedia, those easy things, those everyday stuff, right?
Yes,
But
yes,
on the
yes.
deep web, actually, you can access much more.
Mm.
You can access maybe legal
Ah.
documentations of other people.
If I want
Right.
to access the kind of website, I have to
Mm-hmm.
log in for so I have to member in there, and then I have to
Mm.
identify who am I in there like that, right?
That's right. That's
Uh,
right. And also, there are certain browsers that can go there.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, certain browsers that can go there. Um, the deep web, and there's also much more deeper, like the dark web,
Yeah.
which in the dark web you can search for illegal informations.
Uh,
You can also order a person.
uh.
You can. This is where bad people usually are.
Oh, wow. I didn't never know about this kind of information before.
Yeah,
Mm.
and
But
I knew this. I knew
mm,
this deep web, dark web
mm,
before because of my friend.
mm,
Um, he has yeah, he went to China before,
mm,
and when he got back here in the Philippines,
mm,
he ordered a laptop.
mm,
He ordered a laptop from China, and it came to the Philippines.
mm,
So there are some browsers
mm.
that is really unfamiliar, all in Chinese writing.
Yes, yes. There are because
Hmm.
actually Chinese people can't use the Google because they have
That's
their
right.
own they have their own browser,
Yeah,
Chinese
that's right. They
browser
have their
only.
own browser.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
Chinese browser.
yes, yes.
I'm familiar with some Chinese browser, but this
Mm.
is really uncommon.
Mm.
I'm not familiar with it. I tried to open it, and wow, I'm surprised that it can access to almost anything.
Mm.
Right, and
Wow.
this that's the only time that I realized that we realized that this is some illegal stuff. So
Oh.
this is really illegal.
Oh, so it can be very
That's why.
dangerous sometimes
Yeah, it is
because
dangerous.
some information which can be very dangerous, and then if you access
Hmm.
that, and then you can be maybe related to them, not with
Yeah, I
your
could. We.
intention.
Hmm.
Without your intention,
Yeah.
you can be related there. So you're you're not intent to just join that kind of member or that kind of group, but you're already
Yeah.
your record was just you're just your recording was recorded by the sites, or you're already joining
Yeah.
there, so it can be very dangerous, I think.
Yes, that's right. And the time that we discovered the deep and dark web, of course, we
Mm.
deleted that. We reformatted the laptop
Mm.
and replaced it with Google, Bing, like something like that. But when we
Yes.
research about the dark web,
Mm.
you can actually buy a person. You can buy their
Ah.
organs. You
Mm.
can sell them for, sorry for my language, for their sex, something like that,
Mm.
prostitution,
Ah,
drugs.
yes, yes,
So
yes, yes.
it's really hard,
But
really hard.
actually, yes, yes. Nowadays, what you said, dark web or deep web, nowadays it is not only in the internet. Maybe you can
Mhm.
nowadays we can using the SNS too, because we can using the secret code. So we can,
Mhm.
nowadays personal to personal they can release some secret code. If someone who has secret code they can enter, but someone doesn't have
Mm.
any secret code they cannot enter. I heard like in
That's
the
right.
news. So it is very in the like KakaoTalk or in the Facebook, like that kind of
Mhm.
very famous SNS. It can be very dangerous, especially for the uh, teenagers, because
Yeah.
they don't have any knowledge for what is, and that they have just, oh, what is it, so they just try to log in there, and then they saw something bad information and terrible
Mhm.
information in there, so they are just falling there, so it can be
Yeah.
very
So
dangerous.
it's really creepy when you think about it, right?
Yes,
That
yes.
these dark and illegal transactions
Hmm.
are legally. No, it's not legally because it's really hard to detect. It's
Yes, yes.
really it's it's going under the government's noses,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes. Government
Right.
cannot usually detect this.
Yeah, that's right. Well, okay, Lewis, another deep talk for us today,
Yes, yes,
okay? So that will be it for us today, okay?
yes,
And
yes,
good talk, and I'll see you again this Wednesday.
yes.
All right, so bye bye, Lewis. Lewis, I'm sorry, John, I'm sorry. John,
Yes,
good
yes,
talk.
yes,
Okay, I'm sorry about that because
yes.
my previous class, his name was Lewis, so I'm
Ah,
sorry.
yes, yes.
So, all right, I'll see you
On
again
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
All right,
Bye
so bye bye,
bye.
John.